Since 1993, Rotary Central has worked diligently each year to provide quality bus shelters to our community. A traveling convenience to our school children, the elderly, young people going to work, guest workers, and visitors using the public bus. We, Rotary Central, help you, our advertisers, make it happen. Your marketing dollar travels a far way. Positioning your message, your product, your services, your presence in over 83 bus shelters. Every dollar you spend, every advert you place helps to build another bus shelter, providing modest comfort for Cayman travelers. Reserve space now on the only billboard medium in the Cayman Islands. Email rotaryshelters@gmail.com. rotaryshelters@gmail.com. The Bus Shelters, a partner in community convenience. Another inspiration program by Rotary Central Cayman Islands.
Radio Cayman's Historical Vignettes was brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects.
Talk Today is brought to you by Subway, open 24 hours in Countryside, Anderson Square in Georgetown, and Centennial Towers in West Bay. And by the Ministry of District Administration. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your sister islands. And Cayman Airways. Call them on 949-2311 to book your nonstop flights to Los Angeles and Panama. And Doctors Hospital. Peace of mind is important when life happens. Doctors Hospital, always there for you. Call 949-6066.
But I do have some questions.
There are more questions than answers.
Cayman Islands' foremost listeners' participation program.
Talk Today.
What's on your mind, Cayman? If you're ready to talk, we are ready to listen. Discussing current events and local news, community spotlights, hot topics, listener stories, cultural and historical discussions, environmental issues, fun and lighthearted topics, guest interviews. Cayman, basically anything you want to talk about, we are ready to listen. Here's your guest host, Orrett Conner.
Good afternoon and welcome to Talk Today. I am your guest host, and in a few minutes we will continue our discussion with government ministers and or parliamentary secretaries in relation to their first 100 days in office, not to mention the event that will be taking place later on, and to mention the event that will be taking place this afternoon as well. Don't change that dial. Please stay tuned. Talk Today will be back shortly.
Talk Today is reminding you
to avoid any statements or comments which are abusive, derogatory, malicious, or defamatory. Do not use indecent language or make any statement that is false or misleading. Call 1-800-534-8255, 949-6990, 949-8037. Or WhatsApp us on 925-3261.
And now, back to Talk Today.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Talk Today. I am your guest host, Orrett Conner, and in a few minutes we will have members of the government in the studio with us. Earlier this morning on For the Record, you heard Minister Ralston Anglin, Minister J. Ebanks, and Minister Isaac Rankin in the studio talking about some of the accomplishments of their respective ministries as well as the accomplishments of the government in the first 100 days of their administration. And this afternoon we will have other members of government in the studio with us. Meanwhile, I will share with you some of the other things that have been occurring within government, and specifically the decisions that were made by Cabinet on Wednesday, the 6th of August, 2025. Of course, those meetings took place in the Cabinet Conference Room, the Government Administration Building. The Honorary Wayne Panton acted for the Minister for Caymanian Employment and Immigration, and also for the Minister of Health, Environment and Sustainability. All of the ministers and members of Cabinet were present. At the meeting, Cabinet confirmed the approval granted by circulation on the 30th of July 2025 for the renewal of a lease of office premises for the Royal Cayman Islands Police Service on Cayman Brac. B. Confirmed the approval granted by circulation on the 30th of July 2025 for the renewal of lease of land for supplementary car parking for work. C. Confirmed the approval granted by circulation on the 1st of August 2025 pursuant to Section 37 of the Exempted Limited Partnership Revision for Hai Tong Capital International Investments Fund LP to make an application to the Grand Court for the restoration to the Cayman Islands Register of Exempted Limited Partnerships, and also confirmed the approval granted by circulation on the 1st of August 2025 pursuant to Section 159 of the Companies Act 2025 revision for the following companies: Black Tulip Yachting Limited, Hai Tong Innovation International Capital Management Company Limited, and Frontier Global Technologies Holding Incorporated, to make an application to the Grand Court for restoration to the Cayman Islands Register of Companies. Cabinet also approved the Registered Land Amendment Bill 2025 and for the Honourable Minister of Planning, Lands, Agriculture, Housing and Infrastructure to present the bill to Parliament. Cabinet also reviewed and noted the Cayman Islands National Attractions Authority's annual report for the year ending the 31st of December 2023 and authorized the Honourable Minister for Tourism and Trade Development to table the annual report in Parliament. Cabinet approved the issuance of Coastal Works permit for the construction of an extension to an existing previously approved dock for Block 17A Parcel 91, Lot 19. And you know my views on that. I think they should actually say where the location is, because unless you have access to the land registry itself, then you don't know where these block and parcel numbers are. I'll try to determine why just these limited details are provided rather than the exact location. Let's continue on. Cabinet approved the issuance of a coastal work permit to carry out infilling of a cove offshore to Block 2C Parcel 100. Again, don't know where that is. Cabinet approved the issuance of a coastal work permit for the 77 square foot extension and change of footprint of an existing dock to Block 33E Parcel 147, which was formerly Block 33E Parcel 43. Cabinet also approved the issuance of a coastal work permit to construct a residential dock on Block 33E Parcel 38. Cabinet approved the issuance of coastal work permit to construct a private residential dock offshore Block 80A Parcel 58. Cabinet approved the issuance of coastal work permit for the construction of a dock offshore Block 33B Parcel 3. Cabinet also approved the issuance of drafting instructions to amend the Development and Planning Act 2021 revision and its associated regulations. Cabinet approved the issuance of drafting instructions to amend the Disabilities Solomon-Webster Act 2016, the development of supplemental regulations, and a commencement order. Cabinet approved the final report of the Law Reform Commission, Appeals Tribunal, and the issuance of drafting instructions to finalize supporting Administrative Appeals Tribunal as well. Also, Cabinet approved the pursuant to Section 8.5 of the Health Services Authority Act 2018 revision, the appointment of the following persons to the Board of Directors of the Health Services Authority. Joy Vernon, Chair; Dr. Neely M. Panton, Deputy Chair; Dr. Hazel Brown, Director; Patrina Moore, Director; and Michelle Coleman, Director. Cabinet also approved the purchase of Block 4B, Parcel 381, pursuant to Section 11.5 and 11.6 of the Public Management and Finance Act 2020 revision to decrease EI-12, Ministry of Education, by $2.3 million and increase EA-4, land purchase, to $2.3 million as well. Have to pause there because we have to go to a commercial break, and our guests are here in the building. Want to welcome them as well. Please stay tuned. Talk Today. We'll be back shortly.
Hungry? Need Subway any time of the day?
Yeah.
We've got you covered. Subway at Anderson Square, Centennial Towers, and Countryside Shopping Village is open 24/7, serving up fresh, delicious subs anytime you need them. And for your weekend cravings, West Shore Center is also open 24 hours on Friday nights and until 1 a.m. on Saturdays, because it's never too late for a great meal. Skip the line and order ahead with the Subway Cayman Islands app, or get your favorites delivered straight to your door with Bento and Let's Eat. Fresh, fast, and always here when you need us. Subway. Eat fresh.
Accidents and illnesses can strike without warning. Ouch! When it comes to urgent care, every second counts. At Doctors Hospital, we have a dedicated team of experienced doctors and nursing staff available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Don't waste time in an overcrowded emergency room when you need urgent care. Whether it's a broken bone, a severe infection, or a sudden illness, trust in Doctors Hospital's unwavering dedication to providing the best immediate care. For complete urgent care when you need it the most, choose Doctors Hospital, located in Georgetown, 16 Middle Road.
Stay cyber secure with Cayman National. Here are a few tips that will benefit you. Ensure to log out completely when you finish any online banking activities. Be aware of phishing attempts and only click links from trusted sources that are sent from your device through emails and messages. Remember, Cayman National will never ask you for your credentials. If you suspect a fraud attempt or that your account has been compromised, please immediately contact our customer support team at 949-8300.
Shipping to the Cayman Islands is fast, reliable, and seamless thanks to Cayman Airways Cargo. Need it faster than ocean freight? Cayman Airways Cargo offers multiple cargo flights to Grand Cayman from Miami weekly, so your packages, whether big, small, or in between, will arrive in no time. You can even use a Cayman Airways Cargo US address for your online shopping. Cayman Airways Cargo is also the only carrier providing air freight services for Cayman Brac and Little Cayman. Contact us today and see why Cayman Airways Cargo was voted as Cayman's best cargo and logistics company in the Best of Cayman Awards. For details, visit CaymanAirways.com/cargo.
Wouldn't it have been grand if you had purchased land 30 years ago? It may not be 2020, but a perfect vision has never been more clear. Cayman Brac and Little Cayman, poised for growth with an eye on the future. Your land, your history, your future. Discover all that our sister islands have to offer.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Good afternoon and welcome back to Talk Today. As I promised, we do have guests in the studio. My pleasure to welcome back to Radio Cayman to Talk Today the Acting Premier And when he's not acting, then of course he's the Deputy Premier, Honourable Gary Rutty. Acting Premier, good afternoon. Welcome to Talk Today.
Good afternoon, Mr. Conner. It's a pleasure to be here, and good afternoon, Cayman.
And also Minister Kathy Ebanks-Wilkes in the studio as well, and she's the Minister responsible for health,
environment,
health, environment. Yes,
and
go right ahead, and sustainability. Right. Okay. So, and of course, she's no stranger to the studio, as well. She tries to get on here as often as she can. So I'm going to say again to her, good afternoon. Welcome to Talk Today.
Good afternoon, OC, and good afternoon to everyone who is listening today. I always like hanging out with you, OC.
Yes.
Pleasure to be back here today, especially to have the first opportunity to be on air with our Acting Premier, Honourable Mr. Rutty.
Mm-hmm. And happy 100-day celebration.
Yes, sir. Many more hundreds to come.
Okay, and first we may want to tell the listening and viewing audience what's going to occur later on this afternoon as well. Want to start with that?
Sure, sir. We'll be having an event at the Cardinal Avenue starting at 4 o'clock till 7 o'clock. We will be there. There'll be 9 of the elected members. Our apologies for the Premier, Honourable Andre Ebanks, and also Honourable Nicholas Acosta. They are travelling today, but they're assured that the ship is in good hands, and we will be there to meet, the people of Cayman Islands, and just have a little open fellowship and discussions and mix and mingle, and tell them what we've been doing, and also get some feedback from them. It's just an opportunity for some one-on-one time.
Mm-hmm. And how important it is to hear from the people in terms of to get their assessment of what is the meaning. Of course, everyone has ideas. Everyone, feel that whatever they have to say is important. But as a politician, you also have to be a good listener. Isn't that?
Yes,
important?
OC. It's very important. I mean, I think I can chime in here to just say, we have been from the very beginning, just bragging about being a government that is for the Caymanian people, and in order to ensure that we are following the remit of the people that put us in office, engagement is essential. So like Acting Premier just set out, today is really not going to be the only occasion, but this is one of the occasions where we share with the public what we've been doing for the last 100 days and just talk a bit about where we're going from here. And feedback is critical. So that is really what today is about.
Okay. Let's talk about what's been happening in the respective ministries, as well. Acting Premier, I want to start with you, sir.
Yes, sir, Mr. Conner. Well, first of all, I got to say, thank you to my team there in the ministry. It's a great group of individuals. They have a lot of experience. I came into an office and a team that were, ready to hit the ground running. We've gone out, met, with a lot of stakeholders. That includes hotel operators, resorts, the water sports operators, and tour guides as well, because I want to have a feeling of what they're going through, what their needs are. And, just say, I'm here for you. We will deliver, but I also expect them to deliver the best possible guest experience for our visitors that come to our shores. And we have to work collaboratively with each other, because we're going to be married for the next 4 years. And it's all in the best interest for the people of the Cayman Islands and the success of this country when it comes to our tourism product.
OC, before I go into sharing a little bit about, what I've been doing in the ministry, just to go back to what you'd asked earlier about today, I think it's important to say that, oftentimes, people see things in a newspaper, Facebook, being in person and having an event like today is how we continue to build trust with our people. So I wanted to just put that out there, that the reason why we've decided as a government to be more people facing is because we want to ensure that the public know that we are available and accessible, and again, building trust. And speaking of trust, that is what I would like to talk a little bit about. What we've been doing for the first 100 days is, just building a really strong working relationship with wonderful people like Acting Premier, Mr. Rutty, and I know you had some of my colleagues on this morning. But, it's just been wonderful. I'm the the only female in cabinet, but also you have Parliamentary Secretary Miss Heather Bodden and Parliamentary Secretary Miss Julie Hunter. And certainly we as women are certainly respected by the men, but the men also respect each other. And so that is what I can say is in the past 100 days, we have definitely built a strong foundation for a solid team to deliver for the people. And just to get into a little bit about health, I think health, if anybody who has been following just a bit about Auditor General and, the different sittings of Parliament, the health framework has been long overdue for reform. So getting in and establishing that we are certainly going to need to move forward with some reform to ensure that processes are more efficient. And I'm sure every minister, I know Deputy Premier has bragged about it already, having a wonderful team, the minister staff, both in health and environment, are all hard workers and all passionate. So it makes the job a whole lot easier, and it's certainly not shy of work. So that's sort of what we've been facing since we've been in office.
Yes, ma'am. And I'd also like to, reiterate on that, or elaborate on that. We've got a good leader in the governor and also the deputy governor, our Honourable Franz Mandison. And, just this past week, he announced his retirement, which will be a huge loss to the Cayman Islands. But one thing with the deputy governor he's done is he's also, put succession plans in place. And he's done, when it comes to training, his excellence is there because there are a lot of capable people, who could fill those big shoes that he will leave behind. But it's an honour, being part of that. And also the team that, Minister Wilkes and I, just spoke about. We have something special because our home and our country is special. Our people are special. And the three of us, the three groups came together in a quite a short time because we realized what the people of the Cayman Islands wanted. And we're here to deliver that. And we put together, cabinet is very strong. Everybody has their, special skill sets. We got Minister Angler with finance, and it's just amazing to sit down with him sometime and listen to him, make a presentation. Now, he may frighten you to death half the time when some of the numbers that he's been showing us lately comes out. But, the country's finances are in good hands. The financial services with the Honourable, Premier Andre Ebanks as well. Yes. Mrs. Wilkes here in health. We put together something very special. And, when we go to caucus and cabinet, we're a team. There's no bickering. It's all about unity and making sure that, we continue to do the hard work and to deliver for the people of the Cayman Islands because they believed in us and they hired us, and we're going to make sure that we execute for the people of the Cayman Islands. And I just want to, thank, especially the people of Georgetown South for believing in me and giving me the opportunity to give back to your beloved country.
Okay, Mr. Anglin uses the phrase that when it comes to your group, everyone leaves their ego at the door. How important is that? Having worked, with, cabinet members before, how important is that to leave your ego at the door?
It's certainly very important. And I think everybody has an ego, right? Male and females. So it's so important. But what makes it easy is that, we're all on a mission to put Caymanians first, and we all have very similar goals. We brag a lot amongst ourselves that we feel that we are the problem solvers for this country. We're the ones that are going to reform immigration, reform healthcare, give Cayman Islands back the robust tourism product that it once had. And so for us, I think that is what makes it easy, is walking in every day and each one of us remembering that we're all here for the same reason. The people put us here, and the people of the country made sure to show it this last election that they're over the bickering and the backbiting. They want a government that's going to work together. And I think I can speak for every member of the government. It really is just happening. Now, I'm sure it's a conscious decision every one of us have to make, right? There's some mornings that you probably get up and, you might not be in the best of moods, but you remember that you're going to do the people's work, and whatever it is that you're dealing with, you leave that at the door along with the ego. And it's good.
So, it's so funny. She just thought about, getting up in the morning. I got up this morning, look good at that weather and say, oh my gosh, what beautiful calm weather. But my purpose is bigger than myself right now.
Wow.
It's for the people of the Cayman Islands and the country. And I put that kind of lifestyle on hold because we have some things to fix here, and I couldn't think of a better group to be associated with than my 10 colleagues right now.
Okay.
And I don't want to say that we're still dating or on the honeymoon. We're married, we're hooked up, we're linked up, and we're moving down the road. We're getting things done, sir.
Okay. So, Acting Premier this morning, and I had to remind him that you weren't on the show this morning. You'd be on this afternoon. This person wrote and said, please ask Minister Rutty, what is the status about the cruise lines not wanting to do business with our government-funded Turtle Center, and what we need to do to improve the services there?
Yes, sir. That's become quite a, I don't want to say a hot topic, but it's a topic that needs to be addressed. I've been speaking to my CEO. Strand Bodden in the meantime, I need to learn about the situation that's going on, because we have, to look at the Turtle Center, and we need to make some decisions, how we're going to push that forward. Is it going to be a farm, or is it going to be an attraction site? And it's a balance that we have to strike. The Turtle Center is near and dear to all of us Caymanians, and especially the people in West Bay. So whatever happens in the Turtle Center, my 4 West Bay colleagues, they will have great input with that. But it employs a lot of Caymanians. It's something that we have to work on. It's like everything else. We have to make it better, and we also make sure that the experience is there. But we need to speak to the cruise lines as well and find out exactly what the issues are. And I think working collaboratively together, we can make some positive changes.
But how important it is to ensure that we don't allow the entities like the cruise lines to dictate to us. An example would be, for instance, we have Cayman Airways. So we're not totally dependent on any airline, because we have our own airline here that serves us pretty well. Not pretty well, extremely well. All we have to do is remember about after Hurricane Ivan, before and after, and we know how important Cayman Airways is. But how important it is, while you want to work collaboratively with the cruise lines, cruise business, at the same time, we can't really have them dictate to the Cayman Islands.
Yes,
What's
sir.
your position on that?
Mr. Conner, it all comes down to respect. They must respect what we have here in Cayman. And what we have here in Cayman is like no other place in this world. Cayman is special, but the Caymanians are even more special. We have to make sure that we represent our product and our brand and our country with the highest amount of pride possible. And I will defend Cayman and the Caymanians, and I will stand up for them at all times, because that's what I'm elected for, and that's what my platform is for Cayman. I'm pro-Caymanian, and I'm pro-success for fellow Caymanians. You touch on Cayman Airways. Cayman Airways is very near and dear to my heart. Anytime you're in a foreign country that Cayman Airways flies, and you'll be going across the airport, and you see that flag go across, it brings immense pride. I mean, you feel it in your heart.
Yes.
But one of the most things that really brings a lot of pride to me is in that left and front seat of that airplane are 2 Caymanians. And Caymanians could do anything, anywhere, once they're given the opportunity. And I know with I got a new board at Cayman Airways. I want to thank the previous board as well. But, I bring on people with my vision, what I want to accomplish. And I put some good people in the Cayman Airways board. And I know we're here to make a difference. And safety is number 1 priority there. But we also must we got to fill up those seats and fill up those hotel rooms.
Yes, okay. With that, we're going to take a commercial break, folks. To remind you, in the studio with us, we have the Acting Premier, Honorable Gary Rutty, and Minister responsible for health, sustainability, and
environment.
Health, environment, and sustainability. That's the way it goes. The Honorable Katherine Ebanks-Wilkes. Don't change that dial. Please stay tuned for the record. Talk Today will be back shortly.
Did you know that Doctors Hospital provides urgent care services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? And Doctors Hospital's urgent care physicians have access to the most advanced MRI and CT imaging in the Caribbean, providing reliable diagnostics when you need it most. When you need quality urgent care for an illness or injury, Doctors Hospital is here for you 24/7. Whether it's a migraine, chest or abdominal pain, shortness of breath, broken bones, or another urgent need, Doctors Hospital at the top of Walker's Road. Urgent care right now.
There's something new at Subway. Indulge your taste buds with our new barbecue pork rib sandwich tender. Smoky pork ribs smothered in sweet and tangy barbecue sauce, built just the way you like it. It's bold, rich, and seriously satisfying. But hurry, it's here for a limited time only. Order now on the Subway Cayman Islands app for quick in-store pickup, or get it delivered with Bento or Let's Eat. The all-new barbecue pork rib sandwich, only at Subway. Subway. Eat fresh.
Yummy.
Stay cyber secure with Cayman National. Protect your computers and mobile devices with security software to defend against cyber attacks through viruses, malware, and other online threats. Be aware of unsecure Wi-Fi connections when in public. If you need to access your online banking or sensitive information on your mobile devices, try disabling the Wi-Fi and switching to data from your mobile network. If you suspect a fraud attempt, please contact our customer support team at 949-8300.
Shipping to the Cayman Islands is fast, reliable, and seamless thanks to Cayman Airways Cargo. Need it faster than ocean freight? Cayman Airways Cargo offers multiple cargo flights to Grand Cayman from Miami weekly, so your packages, whether big, small, or in between, will arrive in no time. You can even use a Cayman Airways Cargo US address for your online shopping. Cayman Airways Cargo is also the only carrier providing air freight services for Cayman Brac and Little Cayman. Contact us today and see why Cayman Airways Cargo was voted as Cayman's best cargo and logistics company in the Best of Cayman Awards. For details, visit caymanairways.com/cargo.
When a hurricane hits, unexpected costs can add up fast. Homeowners are usually out of pocket for these costs to get supplies or make minor repairs. But with Cineco's parametric coverage, you get automatic payouts within 2 to 3 weeks after a Category 3 or stronger storm, whether or not you have damage. Available only through Cineco Homeowners Insurance. Call 949-8101 or visit Cineco.ky for a quote. That's Cineco.ky to get a quote today. Cineco, keeping Cayman covered.
Looking to transform your space? From custom homes to commercial spaces, we bring your vision to life with precision, quality, and elegance. At Mike's Builders, we make it happen.
Mike's Builders turned my dream home into a reality. Their team is professional, efficient, and truly the best in the business. Good communication? Check. Cleanliness? Check. Professionalism? On point. You have to try Mike's Builders for yourself.
Call us today at 923-0706. That's 923-0706. Mike's Builders. Let's build a beautiful world together.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Good afternoon and welcome back to Talk Today. For those of you who are just joining us, let me remind you that we're talking about the government's first 100 days in office. There will be an event taking place this afternoon on Cardinal Avenue at 4 o'clock. So we'll be talking about that event, but at the same time, taking the opportunity to talk with ministers and parliamentary secretaries about the work that is being done in their respective ministries as well. We encourage you to continue to send us WhatsApp messages. What we are doing with those WhatsApp messages also is that we are sharing them with the comms department so that they can then distribute them to the various ministries in terms of relevance, because we won't be able to answer all of your queries or respond to all of the comments that you make. Some of them are extremely long, so we will, share those. But keep them coming. We will know what to do with them. Meanwhile, I will share this one in particular, and I'm going to choose the area. Well, there's one about waste disposal as well. So, of course, that will fall under you, Minister Ebanks-Wilkes. So let's talk about that one. It says waste disposal. We need to decentralize. Every district must have its own waste management system. For each district, obviously, the equipment required would be much less than one major landfill as we now have. With each district taking care of its own waste, it would give time and breathing space to rehabilitate the Mount Trashmore. And then on tourism, the writer says, tourism products, we must introduce new attractions for our visitors. The existing facilities are oversubscribed. Stingray City cannot accommodate the volumes during the high season. There's so much more, but I know your time is limited. Please bear in mind, though, that your program is a great way to that's about me. I can. I'm not important here.
You don't want to big yourself up?
Nope. Very modest. Very modest.
You need accolades.
I think you should finish it.
You think? Okay,
yes.
Okay. So please bear in mind, though, that your program is a great way to get the word out, and public attention will usually bring results. Perhaps you can read this in segments. Oh, yeah, you realize that? So I pulled out what is it? In segments, as it is rather long, but please try to get it out throughout the day. Thank you, and have an awesome day as well. And like I said to the writer, now we're going to share this with the comms. They will parcel out what relates to each respective minister and share those comments with them as well. So who wants to take on first? The dump or the tourism?
I will refer to the acting deputy premier. I'm very happy that she's me today, and I'm Honourable Andre.
Okay.
So I will have her go first. Ladies before gentlemen.
They didn't tell me that you were acting deputy premier. I didn't know that.
I am. Thank you. I think that one of the things that's really great about our group as well is that, we are all thinking, we have to be innovative, right now as we look at what we're going to do as it relates to capital projects. How can we be wise with whatever decisions we're making as it relates to projects that we want to move forward with? And I can just say to the caller, thank you for the feedback. We as a government have started to have discussions about how we move forward with waste management for the future. I know that one of the common catchwords that's been circulated around the room as we discuss waste management has been recycling. So, I bear the feedback in mind, and we continue to look and work towards finding what works best for Cayman and what's going to be most economical and most environmentally. I think certainly the waste to energy facility was a wonderful option. So I can't say what would be most environmentally conscious, because I think that was an excellent solution. It's just we had the issue with it as it related to the cost and the risk and so forth. But yeah, that's really where things are at. We haven't really come forward with a formalized solution as yet. So bear that in mind. But I was chuckling to myself because just yesterday I met with my departments, and we've been having budget discussions, and everybody, just to let the public know, usually how it works is all of the directors and, the representatives from the authorities will come forward to the ministry and set out what they need and how they will implement the monies used. So just want to shout out to director, Mr. Richard Sims, because he came yesterday and he had this really cute way of putting forward his request for waste management. And he made sure to remind everyone in the room that his department, DEH, they take care of everyone from cradle to the grave, because we take care of the waste from the time you get the babies with the diapers, and then we also are responsible for, cemeteries. So certainly an area where we need to allocate funds and money to ensure that we are safely disposing of our trash and doing it in a way that's environmentally safe.
Okay. Acting Premier, we're going to go to our headline news at 1 o'clock. And then when we return, we will have you answer the tourism question. And one more has just been added to it while we sat here as well. And this person wanted to know whatever happened to the Jim Borden, hotel training school in West Bay. Well, I'm not sure if we know about that, but we can certainly talk about as far as hotel training is concerned. While the training may not necessarily fall under you, because we have, a ministry responsible for that. Certainly, the hotel part of it, the tourism part of it, falls under you as well. So we'll give you an opportunity to respond as soon as we return from our headline news. Folks, please stay tuned. Talk Today. We'll be back shortly.
89.9 Radio Cayman helps you to weather the storm during this hurricane season.
One of the most crucial elements of hurricane preparedness is storm awareness. During the season, it is of utmost importance to pay attention to the latest local weather forecasts, as hurricanes do not suddenly form or strike. There are various methods of advanced notification. Utilizing such may be the difference between a favorable outcome and disaster. Both television and radio serve as excellent mediums with up-to-the-minute storm path information in the wake of a hurricane. Another method of tracking a hurricane may be only arm's length away. Your smartphone or tablet can be your most valuable tool before, during, and after a storm, providing countless numbers of apps with crucial hurricane information. Many apps allow you to track storms with moving radar and satellite imagery, plus offer alerts, current conditions, forecasts, advisories, and even video.
This hurricane preparedness tip was brought to you by your community radio station, Radio Cayman 89.9 FM. This is the People's Radio Station. Radio Cayman in the Cayman Islands. From Radio Cayman's newsroom, this is Headlines. Local, regional, international news.
The headline news is brought to you by Kirk Market and Health Services Authority.
The Department of Environment is hosting a live event in their Summer Shark series today, where you're invited to come watch a live dissection of a deceased black-tip shark for assessment to determine its cause of death. You'll also learn all about anatomy, behavior, local shark populations, and dangers to Cayman's sharks. It's taking place at 2:30 p.m. at the Ritz-Carlton's Ambassadors of the Environment. In international news, new footage shared on social media shows a far-right Israeli minister taunting the most prominent Palestinian prisoner in his cell. The Palestinian Authority has condemned the video. Its vice president described as, quote, the epitome of psychological, moral, and physical terrorism. The 13-second-long video clip is the first time that the Palestinian prisoner has been seen publicly in years. He appears aged and is gaunt. Israel's national security minister says, quote, you will not win. He who messes with the people of Israel, he who will murder our children, he who would murder our women, we will wipe him out. And Spain is at, quote, extreme risk of new wildfires, according to the country's prime minister, as firefighters continue to battle 14 major blazes. In a post on X, Pedro Sanchez said he expected today's conditions to be, quote, very tough again, as he posted a graphic from the National Weather Agency, a Met warning of extreme fire risk in the north and west of the country. Temperatures are expected to reach as high as 40 degrees Celsius in the Spanish north coast after more than 579 square miles were devastated by flames and 7 people died. Those are your headlines. I'm Carsley Fuller.
More news available at www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Check out our social media pages, Facebook, YouTube,
X, formerly Twitter, Radio Cayman Headline News.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
Do you have a healthcare question but not sure who to ask? Contact HSA's Patient Call Center to speak to one of our experienced clinical team members. We are here to answer your questions and help guide you through your healthcare journey. Need to make an appointment? Our team can help. Contact HSA at 949-8600 or email info@hsa.ky. At HSA, we are committed to caring for you.
Radio Cayman is pleased to feature this special Sister Islands historical vignette brought to you by the Ministry of District Administration and Lands. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your Sister Islands.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Good afternoon and welcome back to Talk Today. In the studio with me, we have Acting Premier Honorable Gary Rutty and Acting Deputy Premier Honorable Katherine Ebanks-Wilkes. We're talking about the first 100 days of in office of the new government. One of our listeners this morning and didn't get a chance to read it then. I'll read it now. Says this government is doing an excellent job. I wonder if the Caymanians are seeing that they're young Caymanians.
Mr. Conner, I appreciate the Conner being called young. I'm going to deflect the thing about acting because the general public may think we're a bunch of actors here. Acting Premier and the acting Deputy Premier, but I can guarantee and assure them that we're not acting. We're here. We're delivering.
Yes.
Yes.
You asked me a question just before we went to break about the sites for tourism.
Mm-hmm. Tourism attractions.
And
yeah.
I want to go back to working collaboratively with other ministries. Just about 2 weeks ago, Minister Anglin and Minister Ebanks and I, we took a tour down in West Bay to look at some other sites that we can enhance upon. We've also looked at just yesterday, my CEO Bodden and Mr. Tristan Hydes from planning. We looked at another site in West Bay in the Hell area. We look at the new Bodden Town beach there in Peace Bay.
Yes, huge.
So
beautiful.
You can see the growth. I've spoken with Minister Rankin, and we want to go to East End. We want to enhance some areas there. They're working on the dock right there, and also Minister Ebanks out in Northside, because they're key areas that we need to continue to spread our product and continue. We want people to feel not all crammed up. Because our airlift is increasing, we're going to increase the cruise lift, the cruise arrival as well, and we're going to deliver a tourism product that this country hasn't seen in a long time, sir. I'm committed, and I'm here to roll up my sleeves for the next 4 years, and let's make things happen.
Mm-hmm. And talk a little bit about training, in particular the hotel training aspect.
Yes, sir. Training. Well, I know the Marriott does a good job. I've been speaking with the general manager, Hermes, quite a bit. They've been bringing on, quite a few Caymanians, young Caymanians through Inspire Cayman. The DART organization also does, some training with a tourism sector that they have as well. And Mr. Panton, how you doing? Welcome. So
I'm ready.
Sorry, I'm a few minutes late.
No, better late now, man. You're early.
In the morning.
Well, they liked us so much, they brought us in the afternoon too. so welcome, sir. So, and then, but training is key, and we're going to implore, our hotels and resorts here that there's no reason that, on-the-job training can't be done for Caymanians as well. Mm-hmm. We understand that, they have a special product to deliver, and whatever it takes to help them deliver it. But we would like Caymanians at the forefront. It's a fine line. It's not a fine line, but at the end of the day, we're responsible for the best tourism product and delivery that we can possibly give out here. Okay. And we will continue to implore and speak with the hotel operators, get more Caymanians involved. We also have to make sure that, we can show Caymanians that it's just not about making beds in the tourism business. You can go and you can be an accountant, you can do marketing, you can do AC, you can do electrical, plumbing. There's many, many fields that comes under tourism. So it's just not about making beds. And to be honest, there's nothing wrong with making a bed either. My wife makes ours sometimes.
and OC, just following on what Acting Premier said is, what that looks like is creating lasting opportunities for Caymanians. So again, as we, as a government, continue moving forward, we are change agents and problem solvers, looking to create a better way, not just for our tourism product, but how that will impact the lives of the Caymanian people here. We know that I represent a constituency that has a lot of people that rely on tourism. So I'm really happy that we have a Minister of Tourism that is passionate about improving our tourism product, opening hopefully new gateways where we can, see more persons coming in and stay over, visitors, and, just really excited for what the future holds for the Caymanian people under this administration, and certainly under the Minister of Tourism's lead as it relates to building our tourism product.
Okay, before we pass the mic over to PS, MP and PS, Mr. Panton, Acting Premier, we see that several news services in Cayman carried this article recently, that the Port Authority of the Cayman Islands forecast show stable cruise arrival numbers. And Cayman News Service, I'll just share the first paragraph of their article, says fears of a dramatic drop in the number of cruise visitors in the coming years appear to be unfounded, as forecasts by the Port Authority of the Cayman Islands for the end of this year, 2026 and 2027, reveal higher numbers than government officials, politicians, and cruise stakeholders had claimed. That sounds like good news.
That's excellent news, sir. And, it's no surprise to me, because our product that we're going to deliver here, our Cayman Islands product, tourism product, like I say, Mr. Conner, is special. We have to be proud of it. We have to enhance it, and we can make it better. We're going to want them all to come to Cayman. They came here without a peer before. We need to do some enhancements on the existing structure we have right now. But we can also focus on, air arrivals as well, stay over tourism, because Cayman is very special. We have a lot of good brands here in Cayman. We have the Ritz-Carlton, we have the Marriott, we have the Westin, the Kimpton, and the Indigo. It is a different quality caliber that we're producing right now. And we got them, coming from all walks of life to want to come into Cayman. And it's just going to make it better. And I always say, the first thing that I want our guests to do is when they're checking out a hotel, they're on their phones booking the next reservation to come back to Cayman, because they had such a good experience.
Yes. Mr. Panton, this afternoon, before we had our guests in the studio, I shared with them the minutes of the cabinet meeting from the 6th of August, and I think at that time you were the acting minister, for one ministry. I'm not sure how to address you now, whether or not you're acting again or you just MP and Parliamentary Secretary. But sir, good afternoon, welcome back.
This week.
He's all the above.
I think I've been an acting minister more than I've been PS. But that's fine. So sorry, you were saying this about the article, the summary.
I was saying that it pointed out then that you were acting. I think you were acting for Minister Wilkes then.
I probably had the pleasure of acting for Minister Wilkes at that time.
So I wasn't sure how to welcome you, whether or not as another acting minister again.
You can call me anything except late for lunch.
Okay.
No, it has really been a privilege working with the members of this government, and I think, as my colleagues would have already said, we're all committed to working together to achieve the best for Cayman, and to put Caymanians first, to make a real difference in their lives, and to finally address the issues that have been outstanding for a long time. In the past administration that I was leading, we tried to achieve a lot of good things then, but there was just too many instances of people that had crossed up agendas, and that we just were not completely aligned. And I think I am really happy with this government currently. I feel that we have a complete alignment, and that is going to address needs for the people of this country, and to make a real difference for them. All of the issues that have been hanging around for a while, we have the courage, we have the ability, and we have the intentions to address them. And that's why we've come out, to addressing immigration, and we're still dealing with making sure that we're protecting financial services, and we are, we're ensuring that financial services remains the centerpiece of our economy. Obviously, we're going to continue to seek ways to diversify, but I don't think I could have picked a better Minister for Tourism than Minister Rutty.
Thank you, sir.
He comes from a long line of people that have been involved with tourism, and even a hotelier in his own right, and not just that, but somebody who I remember him telling me several years ago, proactively telling me how many Caymanians worked in that hotel. And it was, I think you gave me a figure of somewhere north of 90%.
Yes, sir.
And, it might not have been the biggest hotel around at the time, but it showed a commitment to ensuring that Caymanians have a place in the all-important tourism industry. And it speaks to his commitment to ensuring that gets translated into everything he does and every approach he takes and supports within this government, and that we're going to provide the support he needs to achieve those objectives. And of course, it's always a pleasure working with my dear colleague, Minister Kathy. Always a pleasure. So I'm really happy with where we're at right now, and reaching this 100-day point, achieving the various things that we have done. We've come out really strong, taking concrete steps, and I think we're demonstrating to the people of this country that voted for us that we are going to be delivering for them.
Okay.
And we're not afraid to confront some of the issues that have been,
kicked down the road.
Yeah, they've been kicked down the road a bit.
Caymanians can sleep good at night now. This country's in good hands.
Yeah. But I think it's really important to note that we're not just addressing these issues. We're doing so intelligently, responsibly, and we're building a stronger future, a stronger Cayman.
On a constituency level, I read recently about the launch of your the bus, the transport service in Newlands. Can you speak a little bit about that?
Yeah. Well, I can say that I do so with mixed feelings this afternoon. It was a fantastic launch, and everything was going really well, but we had a slight incident late yesterday evening, and the van was damaged.
Oh, wow.
So it was taken over to Vamp Motors this morning, and I'm waiting on an estimate nothing really terribly serious, but it involved a couple of windows getting broken in the strangest of circumstances.
Wow.
It can't be used safely at this point. So I've had to notify the members of our constituencies of Newlands and Miss Heather's and Savannah that we're not able to utilize it for a little while. So I'm hoping to be able to give them an update as to whether it's going to be a week or 2 weeks. I was having a little nightmare last night that it was going to be a month or more, but that fear has been allayed a little bit this afternoon by news that it might only be a week. So when I get it in clarified in writing, then I'll notify folks. But it was rolled out to immense success. So many families have people that get off on the bus stop in Savannah and have to find their way. They walk 1.5 miles, 2 miles sometimes in to different residences and whatnot in Newlands. And, I had people calling me saying, how do I get a hold of it? What time? When's it going to launch? And, it was really good. And, up until the other day, there were messages from people saying, like, they drive behind it and they take a picture and say, wow, this is a surprise. I didn't hear about this. This is awesome. So it has been really, really good. Made a big difference. Because we have a slightly unique circumstance where we have a lot of people that live in our areas, but we don't have any bus service that comes in there frequently. So it was there, and it'll be back shortly. Looking forward to be able to confirm exactly when that is. But all really good up until this incident yesterday, which I was a little bit down about. But, the news has been a little bit better today.
Great. Minister Wilkes.
Well, when I hear him talk about his van, I know very well how successful it can be. We actually had rolled one out in West Bay Central, and then after COVID, we scaled it. Well, during COVID, we scaled it back, and now we just do pickups from the clinic. But again, we want to get back to the stage of having a community van in many of the various constituencies, and hopefully running it, where everybody can have access to get to the clinics, to the hospital. But to Mr. Panton's point, I know that my parents relied on bus transport my entire childhood. So I know how difficult it is when you have to get off the bus at the top of, what's the road called? Not Hearst Road. Yeah, Hearst Road, right?
Well, it's the intersection of Hearst Road and Shamrock.
Yeah, so I can't imagine having to walk with a bunch of groceries or young children, or if you're not feeling well. So kudos to PS Panton and PS Bodden. And I know she was planning on being here today, but I see where there was a death. You all had a death in the community. See? I just got a message. There's
I'm
a
not
death
sure.
In our community. So,
I haven't spoken to her this morning or today.
Yeah. So again, both Mr. Panton and Miss Heather are deeply rooted in their constituencies, like many of us are, and many people who aren't elected are. It's good to see those services being afforded to the people. But OC, Mr. Panton, he speaks about how happy he feels to work with Deputy Premier and myself, and I just want to say that I'm happy to be working with him too. I know that sometimes having to deal with me and my dry jokes mightn't be the easiest thing to have to tolerate, but certainly he's been so supportive. He has a wealth of knowledge, and just being able to work with him and see how he supports everybody, it's been a really great first start for us, and I'm looking forward to continuing to work with him and all of the other members of the coalition government.
Okay, Acting Premier, I know you have to leave early, so...
I may stretch a little bit because I'm liking this, but I got to meet with...
Okay, good.
I just want to pick out on something that, Minister Katherine said right there. You're talking about, working together. We not only care about ourselves, but we also care about each other's constituencies. Just last week, I had one of my constituents who was in a hospital, was not doing good, and I was telling Mr. Panton about it. He said, "Yeah, Peanut Man," he said, I'll go to take a look for him. So it's the care and the passion that we have for each other. It's not just, about my constituents, his constituency. It's about everybody in Cayman, all of our fellow Caymanians that we're looking at after. And when we went to the hospital and saw our friend there, it just gave him he just started to gleam like, hey, it's just not me, but it's also Mr. Panton cares for him. And we have that connection and that commitment that we just want to, look out for each other and do us best. And I can honestly say this group that we have here, being in the caucus in Parliament and also Cabinet with my elected colleagues, it's a great honour to be able to be here for our fellow Caymanians and, look at the experience that, Mr. Panton has and also, Minister Anglin.
Yes.
They have significantly more than me, and I guess they're two more seasons of the group. And just hearing them and, how they navigate and negotiate around, complex situations, even to our Premier. The whole entire Cabinet and caucus is very, very engaged, very knowledgeable. And like I said, we want to continue to produce the best possible results for our people to make Cayman better.
Okay.
And before, just coming off of that, talking about teamwork, OC, I don't know if he's listening or if he'll hear about it, but I just want to take a minute to give a shout out to our colleague, Minister DaCosta. I think he has a birthday today.
Absolutely.
So wish him a happy birthday.
Yes,
keep feeding him.
Right, that's right.
And give us coffee.
Yeah. No, well,
happy birthday, Nick.
Special birthday, and we had to let him off, and I don't know for sure. Maybe acting premier, but he's probably in the BRAC, right?
Probably. That's one thing I also want to talk about. Cayman, please come out this evening between 4 and 7. We could be at Cardinal Avenue. All of us, except the Honourable Premier and also Minister DaCosta. The other 9 members will be there in town. We're having an event. Want you guys to join us. And also, we'll be in Cayman BRAC next Friday.
That's where I was going.
Yep, man. So, but it's 4 to 7 this evening.
Yep.
And also in Cayman BRAC 5:30 to 7:30 next week.
The 22nd.
But one thing special, we'll also be having Cabinet in the BRAC next week. And I hear people are getting on those flights and coming over to hang out with the government in the BRAC. So it's going to be a coalition Bacchanal.
And I certainly enjoy just being able to go over to Cayman BRAC. I think that's another thing that I am really excited about working with this government is the fact that the Cayman BRAC community and Little Cayman can feel that we are being inclusive. I know I used to always hear, you hear the Cayman BRACers say, when you say Cayman Islands and Cayman BRAC, it's like, well, Cayman BRAC is the Cayman Islands, but it just says how the Cayman BRAC people have felt for a very long time. So really happy that we're going to be over there and looking forward to being able to see many of our friends and in some instances some family that's in Cayman BRAC and then yes, maybe even hopefully again. Last time I went over, I went out and snorkeled and even saw a shark.
Wow. Well, Minister DaCosta has basically promised us that we'll have a good time at Scott's Dock, starting at 5 p.m. on the 22nd, and that we will have a beautiful sunset. He said that's what his promise was.
Guaranteed it.
Well, he has promised it not just to us, but the people who came and back. Have a beautiful sunset that afternoon. Everything is going to be picture perfect. So we're going to hold him to that. Right? But happy birthday to him in the meantime.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
One of our listeners wanted to know in terms of the format of the event. They're saying they wonder if it's going to be a one-on-one discussion or a group presentation in terms of reviewing the first 100 days. What is the format going to be like?
I think it'd be a lot more intimate, more one-on-one. We will be, to my understanding, it'll be a platform or stage on both sides of Cardinal Avenue where the general public can come out, mix and mingle with us. And it will be on the street, walking and talking with our, constituents and just, get to know some feedback. Just last night alone, I had a meeting in at the South Sound Community Centre, and Mr. Conner, probably about 100 residents there from Georgetown South last night.
Great.
And I just want to open up and let them know that my communication is here, how to contact me. and then the government was all about, what I had done, and also let them know about the meeting today. So we anticipate, a fairly large crowd. It is a Friday evening, but there's no better happy hour to be with this group in this evening.
That's true. And then just to go a bit more into what Acting Premier was saying as well, is there will be a booth where all of the different ministries or ministers will be gathered, so that anybody from the public can come around and see sort of what's taking place in the various ministries. And then I think our Acting Premier is going to deliver a little speech as well, right?
I heard I've been blessed with preparing something for today, so that's another thing I'll go back for.
Well, I must say that the feedback that we have been getting is that you come across so normal, so natural. You haven't changed, the way you express yourself. You do it so that people can understand, and in that Caymanian lingo, and people love you for that.
Thank you, Mr. Conner. That's what it is. I'm 58 years old, and I'm proud to be Caymanian.
Okay,
but not just him though.
That's true. That's true. That is true. That is so true. That is so true. We have one query about the delay of the meeting of Parliament, which was I think scheduled to September, now possibly October. And if that is the case, how would that affect any decisions that are likely to come or that were intended to come into effect on January of 2026?
I don't know I'm not sure if my colleagues are aware of it. I'm those kinds of discussions may be occurring between the Premier and the Speaker as to when the next meeting may be. I know we had indicated that there would possibly be something in September, but I am not sure right now whether they've had any other discussions that have kind of moved anything along further. But of course, we have a budget circular out,
right,
which sets out the SPS and the budget timeline, and that will mean that for sure there'll be a presentation of the SPS in October. But I thought there had been a plan to have Parliament in September, but as I said, that's possibly the subject of a discussion between the
and that would have been
Premier and the Speaker.
That would have been Finance Committee, right?
Yeah, I think there is a plan to have Finance Committee at least in September.
Right.
Okay.
But of course, that is just Finance Committee. That is not, full Parliament with the Speaker and everything.
And can I just say something in addition to what Mr. Panton just said as well? Is I think you mentioned that the person mentioned asked how will that impact decisions being made in January. Well, I don't think that any decision will be affected as it relates to when we're going down to Parliament. Like, we'll still be able to bring legislation and so forth. So I sometimes people hear things.
No, I think what it meant was any decision that was meant to be implemented in January of 2026. I guess I would use as an example, and I hope I'm doing this right. I'm just assuming something like the amendments to the immigration legislation that would possibly come into effect in January of 2026.
That isn't likely to have an impact
right.
on anything that would come in that would be enforced by January of 26.
Okay.
I can't say for sure, but I would say that's very unlikely. I think we have a very clear idea of, and we're working on the draft changes now, and we're looking to get that, consider it at caucus level, take it through cabinet, and publish it to meet the 28-day requirement. We're looking to get that done as soon as possible. Now, I'm not going to tell you that I'm completely on top of what the timing is right now, but we could have that. The constitutional publishing requirement is 28 days.
Right.
So we still have time that, we could have something, say, towards the end of September. We could have a Parliament meeting and still meet that if we were, let's say 2 weeks away, a week away from publishing.
Okay, we're going to go to commercial break, and I'll read this so that we can think about it during the commercial break, give you an opportunity to respond afterwards. This person says, good afternoon. Could you please ask honorable members of government if there are any intentions of restarting and putting more resources into updating a proper development plan for the Cayman Islands? For example, prioritizing the setback distances from the coastline for buildings, 7 Mile beach erosion remediation, etc. Folks, please stay tuned. When we return, we will have our panelists address that question raised by our caller, our writer, Talk Today will return shortly.
Shipping to the Cayman Islands is fast, reliable, and seamless thanks to Cayman Airways Cargo. Need it faster than ocean freight? Cayman Airways Cargo offers multiple cargo flights to Grand Cayman from Miami weekly, so your packages, whether big, small, or in between, will arrive in no time. You can even use a Cayman Airways Cargo US address for your online shopping. Cayman Airways Cargo is also the only carrier providing air freight services for Cayman Brac and Little Cayman. Contact us today and see why Cayman Airways Cargo was voted as Cayman's best cargo and logistics company in the Best of Cayman Awards. For details, visit CaymanAirways.com/cargo.
Accidents and illnesses can strike without warning. Ouch! When it comes to urgent care, every second counts. At Doctors Hospital, we have a dedicated team of experienced doctors and nursing staff available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Don't waste time in an overcrowded emergency room when you need urgent care. Whether it's a broken bone, a severe infection, or a sudden illness, trust in Doctors Hospital's unwavering dedication to providing the best immediate care. For complete urgent care when you need it the most, choose Doctors Hospital, located in Georgetown, 16 Middle Road.
Now, more than ever, supporting your immune system is crucial to helping your body fight off illnesses like the common cold, the flu, and COVID-19. At ValueMed Pharmacy on Walkers Road and in Buttontown, we carry all the essential vitamins and minerals to help support your immune system and improve your overall health. Some of our top immunity support picks are vitamin C, vitamin D, zinc, elderberry, and quercetin, or the popular 7-in-1 immunity support. Our pharmacists are always on hand to help guide you and answer any questions. Visit ValueMed Pharmacy on Walkers Road or Buttontown. Live happy, live healthy with ValueMed Pharmacy.
The Lions Club of Grand Cayman Benzorama raffle is back, kicking off Friday, August 15th at the Mango Tree. Get your tickets now to win the brand new 2025 Mercedes-Benz C200. This is your chance to own your very own precision luxury Mercedes. The peak in innovation, luxury, and safety. Join the launch party from 4 p.m. at the Mango Tree, Friday the 15th. The Lions Club of Grand Cayman, proudly serving the community for over 50 years.
The offices of dermatologist Dr. Wayne Porter will be taking appointments from August 11 to 16 at his Crew Road Clinic. Appointment slots are limited. Whether you're seeking advanced skincare, Botox, filler, cosmetic enhancements, or simply looking to reduce wrinkles, Dr. Porter offers a full-service dermatology and dermatological surgery practice. For more information, email dr.portercayman@gmail.com or call 946-9020 to book your appointment today. That is 946-9020.
Start. Stop. That's how long it takes to react to a child crossing the street. How long would it take you to apply the brakes? How long would it take the parents to forgive you? How long would it take you to forgive yourself? Slow down. Save a life. Not only theirs, but your own. Texting, speeding, and ignoring safety rules can cost lives. Visit gov.ky/road safety to learn more and help keep our roads safe.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Good afternoon and welcome back to Talk Today. My pleasure to have in the studio with me Acting Premier Honorable Gary Rutty, Minister Katherine Ebanks-Wilkes, and Member of Parliament, Parliamentary Secretary, and some Acting Minister at times, Honorable Wayne Panton as well. I want to remind you that we're talking about the first 100 days community update, a strong start. Events taking place today, Friday the 15th of August from 4 until 7 p.m. on Cardinal Avenue. And in Cayman Brac, next week, Friday the 22nd of August from 5:30 to 7:30 at the Scott's Dock in Cayman Brac. You will have the opportunity to engage directly with ministers and parliamentary secretaries to learn more about key achievements from the first 100 days in office. And before we went to the commercial break, we had a question that had been posed. I have to go back to that question and what that was. I'm getting so many. I'll find that one as well. So this person wanted to know if there are any intentions of restarting or putting more resources into updating a proper development plan for the Cayman Islands. For example, prioritizing the setback distances from the coastline for buildings, as well as 7 Mile Beach erosion remediation, etc.
So, OC, what I can say is that as it relates to the development plan, that falls under Minister Jay, and he has been working on that with his team, and I'm pretty sure that the public will hear more from him as it relates to that in the near future. When we talk about beach renourishment, one of the things that the Cabinet has just recently done is the Cabinet just recently approved a Coastal Works license for the Marriott for them to start their replenishment of the beach. And anybody who has walked on 7 Mile Beach and has gone out around the area there by the Marriott can see that they have maybe I don't know if I go as far as saying severe, but yeah, I think it's quite severe.
It has been very severe.
The erosion is just, haven't seen it like that ever before. So happy that they are now able to start working at remediating the renourishing the beach. And then the Cabinet is working to put out through the Department of Environment a RFP for engineer to start working on design of the renourishment of the remainder of the beach. And then this is where we have sort of the cross-ministry approach, because Mr. Panton is working with me. This is something that he is very familiar with. He worked on that when he was previously the minister. So he and I are working together from the Ministry of Environment. And then Deputy Premier can probably chime in on what he's been doing as relates to tourism and still working with us on the beach renourishment bit.
Yeah, thank you, Minister, for that. 7 Mile Beach is critically important to the success of our tourism industry, and we have to make it right and we have to fix it. And I have to say, and thank Mrs. Wilkes and Mr. Panton here, because they realize what we have at stake as well, and they've been most helpful, on the environmental side, because we stand to lose a lot if we don't fix the southern and the 7 Mile Beach. It is become a priority for us. We've also met with many private stakeholders as far as the DART organization. We've also met along with the Marriott organization and people, private owners like Stephen Price. They're very concerned what we have, going on, and it's been, I don't know if it's been ignored or has just been another can that's been kicked down the road, but we could pick that can up, we could deal with it now, sir, because part of my success for the tourism minister is making sure that we get 7 Mile Beach hopefully close to back to what it was before, and we continue to maintain that till some kind of stability comes along, because at the end of the day, people want to walk from the Plantation Village all the way up to Northwest Point and the beautiful white sand that we all grew up walking on at one time. and we will take whatever measures is to reinstate that. We're losing a lot of revenue, losing a lot of value, but we're also losing a lot of stayover tourism and a reputation that we need to protect. So.
And I just want to also, just one of the things that I failed to mention is I want to publicly thank Mr. Panton, because while I was out, one of the things that he did was we just received the paperwork from the Department of Environment as it relates to the Coastal Works application. So he worked expeditiously with the team, and they considered the paper in caucus and then had it ready for the very next day for cabinet. Again, appreciating the urgency of having that done for the Marriott. So I just want to thank Mr. Panton for working with you, Deputy Premier, and the rest of the ministry team to get that done.
And I do believe that I saw in the cabinet minutes as well that you temporarily closed one of the beach accesses in that area to allow them to be able to proceed to work on that rehabilitation project as well.
So that's one of the issues that we obviously had to deal with separately, because that falls within the remit of the Public Lands Commission. That's on the Minister J, and we had to make sure that that the Public Lands Commission were on board with that, because that's something that you don't do lightly. So they have been on board. It is not yet closed. There will be a notification of when it is closed, because they're going to as soon as the Marriott's in a position to move forward and do the things they need to do, that part of that access will have to be used to move equipment and to move materials. So in the interest of being completely cautious and safety, we have to close that temporarily. But there'll be sufficient notice given to the public of when that is happening. It'll be closed for a 90-day period. So they're going to be constrained as to, how quickly they move to get things sorted out there. So that's the case with that.
Okay.
I just also want to thank, Mr. Panton for that. And he went down there 2 weeks ago personally to meet with the general manager of the Marriott. But when we look at 7 Mile Beach, it's not just about selling hotel rooms and the revenue. Marriott has gone from 400 employees to about 240 employees. And out of that number, about 50% are Caymanians that have had to been laid off because they don't have that business to provide, and they're short on revenue, and they're down on their occupancy. So we need to make it right, because it does affect the whole entire Cayman Islands population.
Okay, good point for us to take a commercial break, folks. Please stay tuned. Talk today. We'll be back shortly.
Did you know ordering your favorite sandwich from Subway just got easier? Yeah, picture this. No more waiting in line. No more fussing with cash. Just a delicious taste of Subway at your fingertips. With our new app, ordering your go-to sub is as easy as a few taps on your phone. Plus, receive exclusive deals and earn loyalty points with every purchase made on the app. Download the new Subway app today and get ready to ditch the lines and drive straight into your flavor. Visit the App Store or Google Play Store on your mobile phone and search for Subway Cayman Islands. Subway. Eat fresh.
Stay cyber secure with Cayman National. Here are a few tips that will benefit you. Ensure to log out completely when you finish any online banking activities. Be aware of phishing attempts and only click links from trusted sources that are sent from your device through emails and messages. Remember, Cayman National will never ask you for your credentials. If you suspect a fraud attempt or that your account has been compromised, please immediately contact our customer support team at 949-8300.
Looking to transform your space? From custom homes to commercial spaces, we bring your vision to life with precision, quality, and elegance. At Mike's Builders, we make it happen.
Mike's Builders turned my dream home into a reality. Their team is professional, efficient, and truly the best in the business. Good communication? Check. Cleanliness? Check. professionalism on point. You have to try Mike's Builders for yourself.
Call us today at 923-0706. That's 923-0706. Mike's Builders. Let's build a beautiful world together.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
It's a sizzling summer with J&. Money. You can win a luxury weekend getaway for two when you send or receive money from now until September 30, 2025. That's right. We're turning up the heat this summer with J&. Money. Visit www.jnmoneyonline.com to learn more about how to win. What are you waiting for? Send, win, relax this summer with J&. Money.
Storms bring wind, rain, and unexpected costs to buy supplies, secure your home, or make minor repairs. Incidental expenses not covered by insurance. Until now, with Cineco's parametric coverage, you get automatic payouts within 2 to 3 weeks of a Category 3 or stronger hurricane, whether or not you have damage. Available only through Cineco's homeowners insurance. Visit Cineco.ky to get a quote today. Cineco, keeping Cayman covered.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Good afternoon and welcome back to Talk Today. I am your guest host, Orrett Conner, and for those of you who are just joining us, we're talking about the government's first 100 days in office. We're also talking about an event taking place this afternoon at 4 o'clock on Cardinal Avenue and in the BRAC on the 22nd at the Scots Dock as well. I think 5:30 to 7:30 over there. The conversation is taking place with the Acting Premier, Honourable Rutty, Minister Katherine Ebanks-Wilkes, and Acting Minister, Parliamentarian and Parliamentary Secretary, Honourable Wayne Panton as well. We have two questions, and also to say to you, while we're talking about the first 100 days, the members are also taking the opportunity to advise in terms of what has been going on in their respective constituencies as well. So one writer wanted to know whether or not there are any proposed changes to the national conservation laws. And another person said that this may be out of context, but they wanted to advise the panel that with the new immigration laws being put in place, one of the things that should be considered is making it compulsory for work permit holders to have a complete medical which will be checking for diabetes, high blood pressure, a complete blood test and x-ray. Too many of these workers are suffering with health issues, and it is being hidden as well. So I want to give each of you an opportunity to respond. Acting Premier, we know that you have to go. You've already stretched your stay here. So if you want to respond to either of these, and we also want to give you an opportunity for some closing comments before you leave, sir.
Mr. Conner, first of all, thank you very much for inviting us this afternoon. It's been a complete happy time here. Get to bounce things back and forth to June for the listening public as well, and also thanks to Mr. Panton and Minister Wilkes for joining me.
Mm-hmm.
I know you talked about your screening and some of those health matters. I will let Minister Wilkes answer that one. We met with Miss Beverly a couple of weeks ago.
Yes.
On the breast cancer side, so that's one thing that she can touch on. But that's her portfolio.
Mm-hmm,
So I will leave that up to her. As far as the National Conservation Act or any other laws, they always come up for review. I mean, we're reviewing the immigration law. We're gonna. I'm sure we'll review other laws as we seem fit, because not everything is perfect in place all the time. But we have to remember there has to be a balance right down that is going to make sure that whatever we do is not going to hurt our Caymanians and our country, but it will help benefit them as well. But again, I just want to thank you, the general public, also the people of Georgetown South for entrusting in me, believing in me, and giving me the opportunity to serve them. It was a good meeting I had last night. I've done several things in that area, but last night I kept that just for the Georgetown South constituency, so I won't go reiterating that. But I just want to, ask, and invite the people that came on to come out this evening, celebrate with us for the first 100 days. And let's make it a 2, 3, 4, and we'll finish this 4-year term up, and everybody in Cayman will be most pleased with what we have delivered for the people of this country. And the people of Cayman, we look forward to seeing you all next Friday evening. It's going to be a nice evening. You'll have, the whole caucus there to celebrate with you. And we look forward to, sharing our first, 100 days with, what we've done for Cayman and also for Grand Cayman with those folks as well. But I just want to wish everybody a blessed weekend. God bless you all. And, God works in mysterious ways, and He has a purpose, and that's why we've put together this government that we have here today. And again, thanks to the people of the Cayman Islands, not only Georgetown South, but all of those who helped put this government together. And we're here working for you, and we'll continue to produce to make sure that our Caymanians benefit and are prioritized.
Thank you, and thanks for making yourself available as well. Thank you very much.
Sir. Thank you.
Okay, Ms. Kathy.
Just to, go back to the question that the caller or the listener had made about just some of the requirements for persons coming in. We were talking about it on break. There's some illnesses that non-communicable diseases. Such as diabetes, hypertension. These are things that people live with, every day. So kind of difficult in that area. But certainly, Minister Miles, I just want to give him a shout out and a kudos. He's certainly utilizing a lot of data and working closely with me, the health minister. Working closely to ensure that the people that are coming to the Cayman Islands are healthy, or as healthy as they can be, and collaborating with even some of the NGOs such as the Breast Cancer Foundation. So I can say that there will be some improvements coming forward, but we will leave that for the minister to share what he is doing, because we certainly don't want to steal his thunder, but we're happy to support him, and happy that he is moving things along as it relates to Caymanian employment and immigration. And before I come off of that, when you were asking the Deputy Premier earlier about this training school, I was just thinking while he was answering, there probably isn't a more suitable member for the Ministry of Caymanian Employment than Minister Miles. And if the training program wasn't there, I know that based on his passion to ensure that our Caymanian people have taken up their rightful place in this country, and if that means that we as a government have to ensure that there's a training program in place, and I know he's been working closely with private sector to ensure that there are such training programs in place. So just wanted to say that, and to just, finish off by touching on the question that the other listener asked about changes to the National Conservation Act. What I can say to the listener is that we have spent the first 100 days looking at the fires. What is that? A healthcare system that is in urgent need of attention, immigration and employment reforms, housing support, looking at how we need to improve, our social services and education. supporting our education minister and looking at ways in which that we can ensure that all of the students in the Cayman Islands have access to an education. And so those have been the priority topics for the first 100 days. We haven't gotten to talking about anything relating to the environment because last I checked, that isn't really something that is causing a grave concern. And while there may be, some areas where persons might feel need some improvements, we are prioritizing the needs of the country. And so that's my answer to the caller's question or the listener's question. And again, what we're doing now is we are, looking ahead at building a solid foundation, laid for a stronger, fairer Cayman, and committed as a government to solving the problems. And as we mentioned earlier, not kicking the can down the road and creating opportunities for not just this generation, but for future generations, and making sure that we get it right and putting the Caymanian people back in a place where they can feel like they can wake up and enjoy living in this country. Because for far too long, the Caymanian people, many of the Caymanians, only a select few that are really able to enjoy living here. And that's our objective, every one of us, is to make sure that we are doing our best for our people.
Okay, Mr. Panton, anything you want to add, sir?
Wow, I don't know if I can add too much more to that. Excellent job done by the minister. But yeah, I think by now it's clear that we all enjoy working together, and that we are a government that is listening, and we are communicating, and that's one of the things we're doing this afternoon, to make sure that we are telling the people in our 100-day report exactly the types of things that we've been doing. The focus that we've had in terms of making a difference for our people, and as Minister just said, not just focused on today, but tomorrow as well. Improving the future for young people. And sustainability is one of these things that I know a lot of people talk about it, and it just in the context of environmental issues, but sustainability is far greater than that. Sustainability is about the economy. Mm-hmm. It's about people, and it is about the environment. It's about a balance between all of these things, and trying to ensure that we have the ability to leave opportunity for the people of the future, our children of the future, our children who are growing up today, who are going to be here for another 50, 60, 70, 80 years or more. So, yeah, it has been said by many people in different times, but one of our obligations is to be good stewards of the country, of our country, be good stewards of our environment, be good stewards of our economic opportunity, to be good stewards of our culture and our heritage, and to leave something behind that is a signpost in the Caymanian psyche, so that we can today look around and say we know who we are as Caymanians, and then 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years from now, there's still the opportunity for Caymanians at that time, who are maybe our age or even younger now, to look back and say, or to look around then and say, yeah, we know who we are, and we see Cayman. So it has been a wonderful opportunity to be here with you this afternoon, and I'm as I said, I'm very proud of working together with this government, and focused on the things that we're all committed to, and we've started to outline very clearly, and we're going to have more information on that, as I said, at the events. But no surprise, it's Caymanians, it's job opportunities, it's the housing, addressing the housing issues, addressing social security, social services, protecting financial services, and ensuring that we have clear, strong economic stability and transparency. And obviously one of those things is to make sure that the government's financial position is strong as well. And, we could sit here and talk quite a bit about that based on events over the last year or so. But we're pushing really hard to make sure that we have that under control, because that is an important part of our stability as a country and our ability to deliver for our people.
Certainly. Good point for us to take a commercial break. Folks, please stay tuned. Talk Today will be back shortly.
If they are talking about us,
living in your head rent-free all this time,
we must be relevant. Radio Cayman since 1976. From Radio Cayman's newsroom, this is Headlines.
The Headline News is brought to you by Kirk Market.
With your latest headlines, I'm Felicia Rankin. The Cayman Islands Coast Guard can confirm that at about 2:40 a.m. yesterday, August 14th, while on patrol, the CICG, supported by the RCIPS Air Operations Unit, intercepted a vessel with 4 persons on board in our territorial waters, engaging in what appeared to be illicit maritime activity. In international news, Washington, D.C. is suing the federal government over its takeover of the police force after U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi named the head of the Drug Enforcement Administration as the district's emergency police commissioner. The city's Attorney General, Brian Schwab, wrote on X that the U.S. government had illegally declared a takeover of the Metropolitan Police Department and was abusing its temporary limited authority under the law. The lawsuit asks a judge to void Bondi's order and stop the DEA head from assuming any position of command within MPD. President Donald Trump on Monday declared he would use federal law enforcement to crack down on crime in Washington. An employee of the U.S. Department of Justice has been arrested for throwing a Subway sandwich at a federal agent deployed to Washington, D.C. as part of President Donald Trump's vow to crack down on crime. Sean Charles Dunn, who had worked in the DOJ Criminal Division, was fired after video of the incident emerged. He is being charged with felony assault. The presence of federal law enforcement agents as well as the National Guard has led to widespread anger in the mostly Democratic city. These are your headlines. I'm Felicia Rankin.
www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Check out our social media pages: Facebook, YouTube, X, formerly Twitter, Radio Cayman Headline News.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
Radio Cayman Talk Today continues.
Good afternoon. Welcome back to Talk Today. For those of you who are just joining us, we're talking about the government's first 100 days in office. Also about an event taking place this afternoon, 4 o'clock at Cardinal Avenue, where you are invited to join ministers, members of Parliament, parliamentary secretaries in talking about the strong start, the first 100 days. It will be a community update. You will have an opportunity to engage directly with ministers and the parliamentary secretaries, learn more about key achievements from the first 100 days in office as well. And you're welcome to join and be a part of the conversation. Of course, one of our listeners has asked the question in relation to whether or not concerns about East End and North Side, and whether or not you're hoping that residents will come from those districts to Cardinal Avenue this evening as well.
Absolutely. We're hoping that residents from every district will come. And then for those who can't come to us, we'll come to them. And that's the reason why we're going to Cayman Brac, so that we can get over there and have the same discussion and fellowship with them. So yes, by all means, we would love for those residents from Easton and Northside and West Bay, and where else, Mr. Panton? Georgetown, Savannah, Newlands, Bordentown.
Yep.
Breakers, West, Bordentown East.
Yes, we want everyone to come
Entire
out.
island, yes.
We represent everyone.
I mean, I think the East End and North End constituencies have vans that they use to transport people as well.
Okay.
I think it's probably on a more ad hoc basis, but I would imagine that they have probably arranged for some people to be transported. I know we had arranged. Ironically enough, we had arranged that with the van yesterday for Newlands and for Savannah, and I thought we were going to have to go back to those people and say, sorry, we can't do this again, but we made alternate arrangements. An almost identical van is going to be used to transport those people that we'd made arrangements with, and I think we still have maybe 3, 4, 5 seats left available.
Okay.
So if any latecomers want to jump on board, call the office in Savannah, 943-7652. I hope I didn't get it wrong.
We can double check it, and if it is wrong, then we can repeat it later on as well. This question is about traffic, and there's been a lot of talk about traffic recently, and yesterday morning on The Buzz, we had representatives from the traffic department, the head of the traffic department, Inspector Andre Tahal, and there was Sergeant Gibson, I think his name, they were on there as well. And we're still hearing of somewhere an average of 70-odd vehicular accidents per week. That is a lot. So one of our listeners said, Mr. Panton, when will something be done about the speeding and the loud music?
Well, I can tell you that almost on a daily basis, we have communications on our chat, both our government chat as well as the cabinet chat, which I'm sometimes on and sometimes not on, but I generally know what's happening about this issue of speeding, and it is really a concern, and the two are sometimes related. When you have some of these cars that are going by with mufflers that are pretty much open, and they're screaming by at 50, 60, 70 miles an hour at 7 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday, that's a pretty good alarm that going to shock you out of bed. And I know poor Deputy Premier Rutty, he suffers that on too many occasions, passing by his house. And I know you, when you're riding your bicycle up that way, you probably are really concerned about the speeds that they're doing as well.
Unbelievable.
So we need to address this. One of the big things that we are constantly pushing, and I know Minister will agree that we're always talking about this with Minister J. When are we going to get the speed cameras in place? So we're working on that as quickly as possible to get these speed cameras in place so that we have this deterrent. Yes, it will mean that probably initially people will not realize that they're being clocked and they're being ticketed. But as soon as they start facing those kinds of fines, they're going to slow down, and it's going to be a deterrent to them speeding and putting themselves and others at risk unnecessarily. It's an awful thing. I think we had a presentation from the Commissioner of Police several weeks ago, and when he did the presentation, I remember thinking to myself, wow, we're in the middle of the year, we only have one road death so far. Wouldn't it be wonderful? Obviously, we don't want any road deaths, but if we could limit it to that one that's already occurred, wouldn't it be amazing? And what happened? Within 4 hours and 2 days later, we had 2 fatal accidents, which were tragic for for everybody involved, and that's just an area that represents something that we've got to control. And we've the National Roads Authority has been doing a good job with their public announcements
and their
PSAs, public service announcements. They've been doing a really good job with that, and I want to encourage them, thank them, and encourage them to continue doing that. But we obviously need to stay on top of this because we it may be our families, it may be our constituents. Just today, this morning, I woke up early this morning, 5:30 or 6 to it was 6 to a note to videos of a crash at Countryside. And for the life of me, I looked at the videos like, how could this happen? But they crashed right through a wall that had just been repaired by Simboko.
Yes.
Wow.
And then I went out to my constituency office this morning, and I was going to go back in and go down the bypass, and then I saw another set of videos pop up with a serious crash that had just occurred on the bypass there, just to the west of the intersection with Hearst Road. So that road was blocked. So good thing I was already in Savannah. I could just go straight down on Shamrock. But yeah, it really concerns me that we have these accidents going on so many times, and it is unnecessary. We live on a small island. You're going to save 30 seconds or a minute or something. That's not worth putting your own life or your family's life or your friends or your neighbors' lives at risk. It's just not, and we have so many road users, people enjoying themselves, people out exercising, people riding bicycles.
Yes.
We all have to live and work together, and there's nothing in the law that says that a car, because it's a road, a car has the right of way. Nothing in the law that says that. So we all have to drive carefully and try to avoid, pay due care and attention and try to avoid these things happening.
Okay, folks, we're going to take our last commercial break, and when we return, we will continue the conversation with Acting Deputy Premier Honorable Katherine Ebanks-Wilkes, and also Acting Minister Mr. Wayne Panton. Please stay tuned. Talk Today. We'll be back shortly.
Stay cyber secure with Cayman National. Here are a few tips that will benefit you. Ensure to log out completely when you finish any online banking activities. Be aware of phishing attempts and only click links from trusted sources that are sent from your device through emails and messages. Remember, Cayman National will never ask you for your credentials. If you suspect a fraud attempt or that your account has been compromised, please immediately contact our customer support team at 949-8300.
Did you know that Doctors Hospital provides urgent care services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? And Doctors Hospital's urgent care physicians have access to the most advanced MRI and CT imaging in the Caribbean, providing reliable diagnostics when you need it most. When you need quality urgent care for an illness or injury, Doctors Hospital is here for you 24/7. Whether it's a migraine, chest or abdominal pain, shortness of breath, broken bones, or another urgent need, Doctors Hospital at the top of Walker's Road. Urgent care right now.
Shipping to the Cayman Islands is fast, reliable, and seamless thanks to Cayman Airways Cargo. Need it faster than ocean freight? Cayman Airways Cargo offers multiple cargo flights to Grand Cayman from Miami weekly, so your packages, whether big, small, or in between, will arrive in no time. You can even use a Cayman Airways Cargo US address for your online shopping. Cayman Airways Cargo is also the only carrier providing air freight services for Cayman Brac and Little Cayman. Contact us today and see why Cayman Airways Cargo was voted as Cayman's best cargo and logistics company in the Best of Cayman Awards. For details, visit caymanairways.com/cargo.
Freedom, Cayman Brac. Freedom, Little Cayman. Soft breezes, blue waters, no traffic. Unwind and rejuvenate your mind, body, and soul. Sister Island Staycations, a taste of freedom. Discover all that our sister islands have to offer.
On Angie, how does
it feel to have broken the bull riding world record?
Sore, Sean. That bull was angry.
Angie, I think that bull is headed towards your red convertible.
I broke the world record and he broke my car. Oh well, at least I've got CG Comprehensive Motor to cover this.
Get covered for collision, damage, and more. CG Brit-K. Good like that. All benefits are subject to policy provisions, including eligibility at the time of service.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Good afternoon and welcome back to Talk Today. We're in the last leg of the show this afternoon. We're talking about the first 100 days in office for the government, reminding you of an event taking place this evening, 4 o'clock, from 4 o'clock on Cardinal Avenue. All districts are invited to attend. Some arrangements have already been made in relation to transport from those districts as well. You get an opportunity to interact with your government representatives to talk about what's happening, for giving you also an opportunity to express yourself either by one-on-one conversations or talking in groups as well. So we're wrapping up now. We're still in the studio with me, Acting Deputy Premier Honorable Katherine Ebanks-Wilkes and Acting Minister Honorable Wayne Panton. Mr. Panton, most recently we have seen cautions being sent out in relation to scams using, or a particular scam using your name and information. I would like to give you an opportunity to address that, sir.
Thank you, OC. That is something that has really been getting under my skin and annoying me because, while it started off, or when it started off, I thought, this is just their usual nonsense, and I don't think people are going to be fooled by it. I had some terrible AI versions of my voice as well, even with an American accent. Like, no, that wouldn't be me. But it has gotten a lot worse. They have become more sophisticated. They are becoming more compelling and making bigger promises. And what has really concerned me is that the numbers of people, particularly older Caymanians, our seniors, have been contacting me or contacting friends of mine and saying, do you think this is true? And some of them have been saying to me, oh, I saw this. I want to open a little account for myself, and I want to open a little account for my daughter. Mm-hmm. And I have to grab my phone right away and call them and say, no, this don't engage, don't click on nothing. This is a scam. And it is really concerning me because we've done some investigations, and there's something like 50 or 60 different versions of this thing now, some including other members of government. We've traced it all back to one particular website. We have passed that information on, reported it to the authorities dealing with the website hosting and Facebook and all these things, and we've had no feedback on it. So it is really a concern, and I want people to just take one piece of advice very clearly. If it seems too good to be true, then it absolutely is too good to be true. And I wish I was in a position to be able to advocate and promote some of the things that they've been promising. Unfortunately, it's just not true. So please don't get fooled by it. Don't engage, don't click. And if you have any doubt about anything, just ask. Contact me, contact members of government, contact the police if you have to, but speak to somebody, speak to other friends and stuff. Because I am really concerned that somebody may have been caught by some of this stuff.
Yeah.
And that's what's given them the impetus to continue doing it. And I will be very upset and very sad if that's the case.
Okay, folks, I'm going to share with you, this just came out at 1:40. p.m., government release. National Coalition for Caymanians government reports strong start to first 100 days. The National Coalition for Caymanians government will release its first 100 days in office report highlighting swift and decisive action across multiple sectors on the road to creating a stronger, fairer Cayman Islands. In employment and immigration, the report highlights the government's work to implement term limits for non-Caymanian civil servants, with implementation scheduled to start in January of 2026. The government also approved drafting instructions for amendments to the Immigration Act, introducing updates to strengthen immigration rules and promote fairness, accountability, and opportunities across all sectors. Tourism has been boosted through additional airlift capacity from Porter and Spirit Airlines, reflecting strong demand from high-value markets, and demonstrating successful partnership with international carriers. And there's more, including a message from the Honorable Premier, Honorable Andre Ebanks, and I'm going to, I think that's a video message, so you can certainly go on to the gov.ky website and you can familiarize yourself with it and read all of the exciting information there as well. Acting Deputy Premier.
Just to add to that, OC, I guess as it relates to this 100-day mark that we are celebrating today, what the government is actually providing to the public is first a 100 days report, and that can be located. There's a specific website. So I know you mentioned if you go to gov.ky, it's gov.ky/strong start, and there the public will be able to access the 100-day report, as well as many of the members, I think parliamentary secretaries including, have taken the time to do some interviews. So there's a few videos. And then again, today we have the event happening on Cardinal Avenue. And then next Friday in the Sister Islands in Cayman Brac at the Scots Dock. So tonight it is at 4 to 7 on Cardinal Avenue. And then next week, Friday at 5:30 at Scots Dock.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. One of our listeners this morning, and, I'm treating the show this afternoon as a continuation from this morning show as well.
No surprise.
And at that the person sending a question, would Mr. Ebanks say if the majority of the new homeowners are owned by professionals? I think it might have been Caymanians as well. Says the response, the homeowners are all met the stated criteria by the National Housing and Development Trust. Qualifying criteria: be a first-time homeowner, be Caymanian or holding Caymanian status, you must currently reside in Grand Cayman, must become owner-occupier of the home being purchased, must earn no more than CI $54,000 per year / $4,500 per month for single applicants, or $72,000 per year or $6,000 per month for joint applicants. Must be in the age bracket required for repaying a mortgage. You must be currently employed for at least 6 months or self-employed for at least 2 years. And then this person wanted to know about speed bumps and in the Birch Tree Hill Road area. The response to that is that once the request, if a request is made, it will be addressed. Then there was another question: why is the planning department filled up with no knowledge with persons with no knowledge of planning and building. Why isn't there any West Bayers on the planning board while West Bay is the fastest growing region in Cayman? Answer there are 3 members from West Bay on the planning board as well. And one person wanted to know about the no parking, if the minister could look into the no parking signs at the condos on a road that's not allowing people to park so that they can access the beach. And so their parking along the road is something illegal. It depends on the proximity to the entrance/exit of a development. The driveway is a matter of safety or life as well. There was another question wanting to know when, to ask the minister, when will he be replacing the tractor heads that are causing operators serious back problems. These trucks are not made for road use. It is specified on them. The person say they don't know why they're licensed. And the answer that the management of the Port Authority are investigating the issue right now with a view to replacing them. And I got some more answers as well, but I have to say, I think I can do the last one as well. Could you please ask the honorable members of the government if there are any intentions of restarting and putting more resources into updating proper development plan? And that had been answered, for example, prioritizing the setback distances. Yes, work on the development plan is underway. Setbacks mentioned will be addressed in the plan as well. And I want to thank the comms department for being so reactive. Got all of these answers back to me today after this morning and during this afternoon show as well. Folks, time goes by when you're having fun, but I want to give you both an opportunity for some closing comments and to fill in any gaps that we may have missed along the way as well, starting with you, Mr. Panton.
Well, thank you very much, Josie. It's always a pleasure to join you, whether it's in the morning or whether it's in the afternoon or whether it's in between. It's great to be able to discuss issues, to take feedback from the public, to be able to respond to them in real time. This is something that we're committed to doing. I think we all are not shy about coming forward and engaging, and we're this opportunity this afternoon is something that we've taken seriously to communicate to the people of the country what it is we have been doing for the last 100 days. We have been discussing these things as we go along, but it's always helpful to be able to sort of summarize those for the benefit of people on an occasion such as this. The 100 days is nothing special, nothing put in law or anything, but I guess in political circles around the world now, it's become a bit of a, let's tell the people what we've been doing at 100 days mark. And I think we've got a strong record. We have done a great report, which I think people will enjoy reading. I did a bit of a sounding today with those people that I knew had read it. And there are some civil servants, believe it or not, who will tell you up front whether they have a positive view or a negative view of something, and universally they all gave it a thumbs up. So I'm hoping that comes across that way with everybody in the public. Mm-hmm. Obviously, some people may have their own agenda, particularly those who sit on the opposite side. That's understandable. But yeah, really enjoy being here with you. Enjoy being here with my colleague, Minister Kathy, and Acting Deputy Premier. I'm sure one day she may be. Anyway, we won't.
Go ahead, finish it.
Maybe one day we'll have Premier Kathy. But
yes.
So it's always a pleasure, and it's an honor and a privilege to be working with this group, and always an honor and a privilege to be serving the people of this wonderful country that we get to call home. We have the privilege of calling home, and that's why we're so committed. And that's certainly what brings me back to be involved. And thank you again. And I want to thank the people of our wonderful country. Thank the people of Newlands. Miss Heather was going to join us this afternoon. She was unable to make it. And on her behalf, I will say thank you to the people of Savannah, who she has the privilege of serving as well. Just thank you to all of our residents, all of the people of this beautiful country. Whether you live here in Cayman, or whether you're now going to school somewhere else and you're listening in, or whether you're living somewhere else, thank you. And it's our honor and privilege to be here with you and working for you. So God bless our wonderful Cayman Islands.
Thank you. Acting Deputy Premier.
Yes, thank you, OC. Always enjoy coming on to your show. And this is the second time now I've come on with Mr. Panton.
Yes,
and I've enjoyed coming on with him, and I'm hoping that we will be able to come on much more in the future to share with the public what we're doing in the Ministry of Health, Environment and Sustainability. Today's celebration is the beginning of hopefully many. Mr. Panton spoke a lot as it relates to, the people that we owe our gratitude to. One of the shout outs that I would like to do today is I would like to shout out the Chief of Staff in the Premier's office, Miss Pilar Bush, who always makes us look good. Always helps us to stay on track, organized. She's definitely just a pleasure to have. I mean, I can't imagine navigating in this space without her keeping us on target and making sure that, especially at a time like this when we're dealing with SPS, in order to keep our timelines, she's making sure that we're doing what needs to be done. So I just want to highlight her today. She's a mom too. She has kids. And I know she spends a lot of her time, just as much. I'm spending a lot of time on Pilar, but I think it's important because, her son just went back to university the other day, and I guarantee you that she spends just as much time away from home as every one of us elected officials. So silent warriors that nobody really gets to see or know a lot about. So I just wanted to highlight her today. And then again, our families, I want to shout out my husband because he holds down the fort while I am busy in the Ministry of Health and Environment. And he too doesn't get the acknowledgement that he should get. So just wanted to shout him out today. And then our constituency staff, every single constituency office. I think every MP for the first 100 days has spent most of their time in their ministries. And that means then that our constituency staff are the ones that are taking on the intake from our constituents. Obviously, we still come in and meet with people, but not as frequently as it will be in the next couple of, months. The first 100 days, you're basically getting in, trying to get all of the big rocks in so that we can get legislation down to Parliament. So just wanted to give everybody that I felt today doesn't often get the highlight that they really need to. And again, just to say to my colleagues, all the members on the government, I want to thank them because, like I said earlier, not only do each one of us as human beings have egos, but we make a choice every day that we show up that we are going to put the people of this country first, that it's not going to be just about me, and what I want, and that I want to win and I want to get reelected. We are all here making a conscious decision to be innovative leaders, leaders that make the tough decisions, but the decisions that are putting, the Cayman Islands in a position where our people, the Caymanian people, can live and enjoy being here. So with that, OC, I thank you.
Okay.
And I'm inviting the public to come out this evening from 4 o'clock. That's the right time, right? 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock.
Yeah. I'm 5:30. 5:30 is in Cayman Brac.
4 to 7.
4 to 7. So just wanted to do that this evening. And thank you, OC.
Do you want to share this good news for the West Bay people about the health clinic?
Oh, the good news for the West Bay people. Talking of thank yous, I want to shout out to the HSA board and also to the senior management team of HSA. One of the things that we recently did was we opened the West Bay Health Center, opened a dialysis unit. And that now affords the patients in West Bay who rely on dialysis to receive treatment closer to home. And this unit started its operations just, I think, about a week or so ago. Mm-hmm. It has 2 advanced dialysis machines, and they have the qualified staff down at the facility. And, there's a really nice press release that recently went out. One of the things that I said at the event, and I always like to remember my dad publicly, is that this was probably one of the how can I say it? One of the rollouts as a minister that I will always remember. It has a special place in my heart because I know the West Bayers, a lot of them know, but for all those who are listening that don't know a lot about me, my father passed away 1 year after I was elected, and he died from renal failure. And he didn't do dialysis. He opted out. And I said at the opening that perhaps if the dialysis unit was in West Bay, he might have thought differently. So just want to say to, all the residents of the Cayman Islands that we are going to continue to move forward with the HSA board and the senior management team of HSA, as well as the ministry staff. Mr. Panton and I, Parliamentary Secretary Panton and I, we're going to make sure that our health care system is robust and that we have, improved on what we currently have, and we have a center of excellence to offer to the people of this country. So thank you for giving me that chance to shout this out. Sure. To be honest, I'd kind of forgotten about it when I come in here today, but always a good reminder to share with what we have accomplished and moving forward.
Definitely. I want to thank both of you and all of the previous ministers as well, the whole government, for what you're doing for the people of the Cayman Islands. Everyone is all excited, about it as well. Looking forward to more great news as well. For those of you who joined us today, who shared your concerns and asked the questions as well, we want to say thank you. I want to encourage you to join Ms. Teresa Pitcairn and Dr. Steve McField on Monday morning on For the Record. I am going to take a break for a week. I'm going to take a break for a week. Please join them. Please engage with them as well. I know that you're all excited when Dr. Steve McField is on, as well. So, you should enjoy that. Have a great weekend. Please stay safe. And don't forget this evening, 4 o'clock from 4 to 7 o'clock, Cardinal Avenue, celebrating the first 100 days. You have an opportunity to interact with your government, to talk either one-on-one or in groups or whatever they want to hear from you. Please be there as well. Have a great weekend, and as usual, we ask the good Lord to continue to bless these 3 beautiful, wonderful Cayman Islands.
Talk Today is brought to you by Subway, open 24 hours in Countryside, Anderson Square in Georgetown, and Centennial Towers in West Bay. And by the Ministry of District Administration. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your sister islands. And Cayman Airways. Call them on 949-2311 to book your nonstop flights to Los Angeles and Panama. And Doctors Hospital. Peace of mind is important when life happens. Doctors Hospital, always there for you.